All right, Throne of Eldraine. Let's put our tech issues behind us, and we'll dive in. Dominaria was a lot of fun. It was. I wouldn't mind revisiting that. Okay. So this is interesting. Lovestruck Beast, of course, is good. At the very worst, he's a 5/5 blocker for 3, which is not bad. And if you can keep your 1/1 creature intact, then that's even better. I'm not seeing anything that I like better with the possibility of outmuscle. You think Lovestruck Beast is worth taking in this? I think I would take it in the absence of anything else. Yeah, let's go with that. And we're off to what I think is an okay start. This is a weird card. I don't know that it's really good in draft. And to be honest, I'm not so sure how good it is even in constructed. But actually I have a white deck that this could go well in. I'll keep that in mind for a mono white constructed deck that I have. Of everything else here, Cauldron Familiar could lead us to a black-green food deck. Reef Soul is worth playing. Those are really the only other ones that interest me at this point. The Jousting Dummy is fine, but I feel like each of these black cards could be a thing. I think my pick would be the Reef Soul, because it's good in any black deck, whereas Cauldron Familiar really depends on the food synergies. If there are no thoughts on that, I will proceed with the Reef Soul. Anybody who may be just tuning in, I apologize for the lack of video feed. This cropped up just as I started to stream, so I'm going to have to do troubleshooting on that later. What I may do is a little bit later take another stab at bringing that video feed back, but not right now. Okay, so we're proceeding with Reef Soul in the absence of any input. Okay. Sir Eleonora is a really interesting card. I think it's okay in the right deck, but that means it's a build around. The Garandbrig Paladin is very good, especially in a heavy green deck. And I'm not seeing anything else here that really interests me. The Heraldic Banner could be interesting, also in monocolor, but we don't know that that's where we're going to end up or not. Having said that, methinks that the Paladin is what we want. Let me check one thing real quick before I click on that. Okay. Garandbrig Paladin it is. So we're looking pretty green heavy so far. Scolding another Reef Soul is okay. We could do mono green splashing black for some removal. That's fine. The Scolding Cauldron is okay as well. I'm liking the second Reef Soul here. Searing Barrage is also a thing. Brings us to a third color. This might be a way to hedge our bets in case some good red cards start coming along. So having said that, I feel like either of these would be a reasonable pick. And there weren't any, so So you're considering wheel possibilities, I guess. No, I think you're right. There were no particularly interesting red cards in those packs that I recall either. But again, this is a hedge. Excuse me. This is a hedge for future picks. So what you? Let's give it a try. Okay, so Trail of Crumbs did some very good work for us in our last deck, so that's a possibility. But although we have no food synergies yet at all. Nobody can see you. My wife is asking if she can dance up and down, but we do not have video feed, so it would have limited entertainment value, unfortunately. In a similar vein, the Witching Well, in case blue opens up, because I don't consider either of these, and these are both replaceable. Trail of, actually the Trail of Crumbs. Either that or the Witching Well. I think we're more likely to see more Witching Wells. We're mostly strong in green and black so far. Let's go for that. Alright, things are drawing up. Agreed. The Signpost Scarecrow. The Scavengers is not a bad card, actually. I'm definitely higher on it than I was earlier in the format. But blue, you know. Alternately Claim the Firstborn. Doesn't grab me, but I'm not seeing anything that I like a whole lot better. White removal, which is not terrible, but certainly not great. So just as a side remark, not having the video feed is kind of like a thorn in my side. After pack 1, I am going to take a moment to try to bring that back and see if that software can go anywhere. I do seem to be more in green. The Halberd it's a weird card. The Paladin is not a human. He's not a human. Do we like the Appetite? I think I like the Appetite a little bit better. At the very least, it's a bad giant growth. We're going to go with that. I'm tempted to grab the Giant Skewer, actually. It's not a terrible artifact on its own, and even if we don't end up with food synergies per se, having extra foods to gain life with is not bad. The Squire is uninteresting, to put it mildly. I think I like the Skewer here, to be honest. That's what we shall try. Yeah, I've never been sorry to have a Giant Skewer on my side, and I have been very unhappy to see it on the other side in numerous cases. Gingerbrute and Rider, again, food synergies makes me think that Rider should get the nod here. Although I do like my ginger. Well, this is a food. And Gingerbrute with a Skewer is nice. Let's grab the Gingerbrute. Some good choices in our green, possibly black situation. The Curious Pear is okay. Excuse me, and another Gingerbrute is fine. Do we like the pear better, or do we like a second ginger brew better? We do have a couple of high-end creatures. Actually, I like the ginger brew a little bit better to help us out with our Lovestruck Beast. I'm gonna go for that. Okay, nothing here of great interest really at all. I'll take the dummy. The pair does not help. The Curious Pair does not help with the Lovestruck Beast. Curious Pair makes a 1/3 creature, and he needs a 1/1 creature. Yes. Here's the Rider. I think we're going to take that. I would actually consider the Wolf's Quarry. Well, that's interesting. The Wolf's Quarry actually fits into where we're going reasonably well. Again, it helps us with our beast. Okay, I won't. All right. Squire is green. It's going to be basically a grizzly bear. Okay, fair enough. This is basically a grizzly bear for us. Prophet of the Peak, I think, has more upside, but it is more expensive to cast. Let's see how our curve is looking so far. A 3-drop, a 5-drop. We have no 2-drops. That's not true. We have two creatures in our 2 slot. I think I like the Prophet a little bit better. Let's go with that. Both of these are not going to help us. And the Beloved Princess is not going to help us. Oh boy, look at that rare. Okay, so before we discuss any... Wow, some good cards in here. All of them off color. Okay, so before we discuss any of these, I am going to take another stab at the video feed. Okay, trying to bring up the software. Stand by, please. With any luck, it'll decide that it's happier now than it was before. But it doesn't look that way. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let that chug away in the background, and I'm going to just make sure that the correct setting is here on my streaming software. Capture. Yeah, that's what we want. So let's go OK. All right, so maybe this will somehow fix itself. And besides, I like the black field better than that other thing. Okay, so here we are. We are running a little bit of black so far, so possibly splash blue. And I feel like there's a good chance we'll pick up an Acolyte or 2 or Golden Egg. I feel like we have to take the Serpent. Another Paladin is fine. The Acolyte is actually fine also. Would love to hear any thoughts you have. This is clearly a greedy pick if we take it. I don't know. I don't know that I agree with that. All right, you can conceivably get a 5-drop in on turn 4, a 6-drop in on turn 5. Plus, if we're going to splash, this helps us with the splash. I have 5-drop so far. I don't know where we're going to end up. Okay, so it sounds to me like, and I'm like you're going to make the comment that you're about to make. Or that you did make. 2 Pathlighters in a row. That's funny. As is also the spinning wheel, the egg, and the acolyte. These could all have a place in our deck. Of the 3, do we like... I feel like either the wheel or the egg. I'm tempted to take the wheel because unless it gets just removed, it stays in play and we can use it in a pinch to tap down a scary dude. I think I do like the wheel here. Although of course the egg is always good for its normal uses. Let's give that a try. So I think we have, with bacon to a pie here, I think we have to really consider black a little bit more strongly. And we already have these cards that I'm happy to play anyway. I think bacon to a pie is what we want. The alternative is another skewer, the fruit, or a spider. No, I'm liking bacon to a pie. Before I do that, and it does indeed. Okay, there's another Reef Soul. Wildwood Tracker, Though the Brawl is not a bad card at all. Obviously it's great with Knight synergies. We do have a couple of Knights, which is interesting. And the alternative is some more removal. Yeah, I just did a quick check of my software. Both will make the deck, I agree. We have 1 Reef Soul, we have 1 Bacon to a Pie. I do like my removal, but I do like good creatures also. And here there's hardly anything. The Carver is good. I think we're going to take the Carver, nice battle trick, and a decent body. Yeah, I think it has to be the Garanbrid Carver here. So right now, I really feel like we're heading towards black and green again, splashing blue for our Serpent. Okay. Next, we have some more interesting choices. Barrow Witches, no thanks. The Lost Legion is good for scrying. Yeah. I hear what you're saying about the Reef Soul. So here I'm liking either the Drawbridge or the Legion. I think the Legion a little bit better, but it is a little bit harder to cast, obviously. The alternative is the Gingerbread Cabin for some more food. And if we can possibly get some green and black Knight synergies, it will help our Bell. I'm willing to try Hello 5. Go blue-black. We're partway through our second pack. We have no blue cards at all. I am not clear on whether that is a serious suggestion. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Okay. Okay, 5. I'm really enjoying your chat right there. I'm really enjoying your message. And a well, yeah, that sounds right, Misaki. So here we have any of these have an argument. Another rider is fine. Return to nature is also fine. Crashing drawbridge is also okay. I actually don't mind a second rider. But the return to nature is something that I would be willing to main deck. By the way, 5, I apologize for the lack of video feed. My software just isn't cooperating. Just think of it as part of the old grizzledmage difficulty with tech. Yeah. That is definitely true, and I'm going to go with that. I hope you're not having tech problems of your own. Paladin ease. Oh, which paladin were we talking about? Oh, you're talking the Vantress paladin? You're trying to make me crazy, aren't you? Yes, and you're succeeding, I might add. Here, actually, we already have 2 gingerbrews. I don't know how many of them we really want. Do we like a third gingerbrew better or a foreboding fruit? I kind of like the foreboding fruit for card draw. Yeah, that's where my mind was heading also. Okay, for our deck, I think the Tempting Witch is what we want. The alternative is the Swordmaster. Yeah. All good. Nothing here for us. Put a Righteousness into the graveyard. We already have 1 profit. Is that correct? I think we took a profit. We already have 1 profit. I could take this for my... I don't know that I'm really agreeing with that. Beanstalk. Yeah, works for me. We already have 1 dummy. I'm actually tempted to pick the Scarecrow. I don't think either of these is going to make our deck, but if we're really, really hurting for mana fixing for this guy, on the other hand, this, yeah. So you're saying very succinctly what I was taking a long time to say with my great language abilities. Fell. Circle of Loyalty. Ooh, nice card. A lot of good cards in here. A lot of good white cards, I should say. I am eyeing the outmuscle at this juncture. It is sad indeed. Yeah, I'm liking the outmuscle. If there are any thoughts on that, let's hear them. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and pick it. And just reiterate, anybody who just joined us, I apologize for the lack of video feed. I'm having trouble with the software involved, and it doesn't seem to be wanting to respond to my feeble troubleshooting. And right back at you, 5. Sorcerer's Moon could be interesting, given that we have some food stuff going on. I don't mind a second Paladin. Let's take a look at our curve and see how things are looking. Yeah, I'm liking a second Paladin, actually. Yeah, and he's still the only one in the 5 spot. True that. Once in Future's not bad. I'm going to take a closer look at the cards. What's in Future is okay. The Gingerbread is okay. That's kind of all that's here for us. I like it also. I'm fine with that. Interesting. Tall as a beanstalk. I seem to recall Misaki was looking for that before. Not sure why, but yeah. I'm liking the Reef Soul also. We do have 1. I don't mind having 2. There's another Legion. He's a knight. Oh, this is interesting. If we can get a quad 4 green, this actually would not be bad, and these 2 tokens will help our Lovestruck Beast. I think the Tree Folk is fine, actually. Do you think it's worth considering this guy? We would have to play him for quad green, of course. I'm not sure how easy that will be in this deck. I feel like the Tree Folk is a safer choice, but I feel like this might have more upside. Any thoughts on Ranger versus Tree Folk? Misaki has already made her preference known. I'm wondering if any of our other chatters may have any thoughts. If so, feel free. 2 brutes and the Lovestruck Beast, and you think that's enough? Could be, and again, at the very least, he's a 5/5 blocker until he gets removed, of course. Okay, I'm fine with that. As I said, I do feel like it's a safer pick. Interesting. A 3rd brute or some artifact enchantment hate. This is the 3rd Pathlighter that we've seen. There are a lot of white cards that we bypassed along the way. So much for that. We have 2. I really feel like it's kind of a toss-up between these 2. I don't remember many white adventure cards. That's true, not a lot of white adventure cards, but even so, a 2/2 flyer for 3 is absolutely fine. So I'm going to go for Return to Nature. If we disagree with it, then so be it. Nothing here for us, really. The Barrow Witches. How many knights have I got in here? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More than that. 6, 7. We have 7. Yeah. The night equipment. We'd have to splash red for it. We're already splashing a third color. Okay. So I understand the upside of getting this into play. The Scarecrow. Do you really feel like the Scarecrow has a good chance of making our deck? Okay, I like Misaki's suggestion here. So we have 28 cards. Obviously, we're not going to play all of them. We have a lot of high-end creatures here, so I'm going to cut the profit. That is true. So I'm cutting the profit of the peak because we have these other high-end creatures anyway. Fell the Pheasant, I'm going to pull out for now. Don't know. I hear that. So the two sources could be the, and again, if we have the Scarecrow as a mana source for the Serpent, then it's going to cost 7 mana, and that's a lot. Yeah, and that Masaki's comments is exactly where I'm at right now. Having said that, there's not really a lot else here. You know, I'm going to pick it because, you know, what are the chances of running 2 of these Lost Legions? So let's go ahead with that. So much for that. We have Tall as a Beanstalk. Yeah, I'm liking the Cauldron also. The Puppet, the Eye Collector. This is all junk. I'm going to take the Puppet for the collection, where it will sit and do nothing. Here's another crack at our Wolf's Quarry. Wolf's Quarry can help our food synergies as well as help out the Love-Struck Beast. The alternative is another Jousting Dummy. So it's really one of these two. We are doing okay on removal. We have 1 Out Muscle, we have 2 Reap Souls, we have a Bacon to a Pie, we have a Scalding Cauldron. We are not bad on removal. If there are no thoughts on these two, then actually I'm going to take the dummy because we do have the Bell of the Brawl, and there's an outside chance of that. Sure, let's take the dummy. I've talked myself into it. Nothing here at all for us. Although he is a knight, and we may be splashing red. Spectre Streak. Yeah, I'll take it. Seems unlikely. We ran one of those in our other deck, and it wasn't too bad. Okay. And again, that lack of video is really bugging me. Okay. We have 47 cards. We must needs cut. The only fixing we have is the spinning wheel. Be nice if we can get that out early and it doesn't get removed. Alright, I'm going to cut the Cauldron for now because we have 4 other removal spells. I was just about to ask that very same question. We have 16 creatures, so not so many. 16 is exactly right. Good call. I guess I'm going to cut these other cards. The Return to Nature and the Insatiable Appetite. As these other non-creatures do appeal to me. I'm going to pull out the Scarecrow for the moment, and let's see what we look like. We have a fairly high curve. 2 6 drops, 2 5 drops, 4 4 drops. Lance and Memory Theft. Memory Theft is a good one to come out of. I agree. Lance, you know, I do like the Lance, but yeah, I feel like we're already stretching our mana base as it is. 14, 15, 16, 17. One more cut. Still have 16 now. We have 15 creatures now. Yeah, I agree with that. Once in Future, maybe come back. Maybe can go. Maybe I do like Foreboding Fruit. Okay. I will agree with that line of logic. Didn't we just play a black-green deck 2 days ago? By the way, 5, if you're still there, we did end up 7-0 as our final tally with that deck. I feel like we need the spinning wheel. Maybe drop. No, I'm going to keep the spinning wheel. Not sure. Or maybe add one more land and be done with it. And run a 42 card deck. Bell, Brawl, The only one that I can see cutting. Okay. Yeah, I'm not real keen on that, to be honest. So I threw it out there, and as soon as I said it, I was thinking, I don't really like that. So yeah. Maybe get rid of the Foreboding Fruit and lose that on the card draw. I do not want to cut a creature because we have 15 or 16 depending on how you want to count them. What happens if I lose Once in Future? Having Graveyard Recursion is nice, but maybe it's a luxury we can't afford. Alright, so here's a possibility. Cards that we can. Yes, we can. I'm not sure what you mean, but Alright, so 5's suggestion is to put that back and take out a dummy, bringing us to 14 or 15 creatures. I agree that they are the weakest links, but we have a pretty low creature count at this point. Alright, so I'm willing to try this, see how it does. But I don't think we need this many islands. I would say two islands at the most should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. Let's look at the color requirements here. Slightly more green. I would have loved to have picked up an Acolyte. We had a couple chances at them, but here we are. That is true. Thank you. So, I'm tempted to actually go with more of that and fewer swamps, but we do have a couple of double black swamp cells and the out muscle. Yeah. Okay, let's add that forest. All right, so we have, yeah, exactly. Well, the fruit only needs the one black. Oh, no, I take it back. The adamant, yes, well said. All right. I really have no idea how this deck may work, but let's give it a try. Yeah. Yeah. There was one chance. It was over the serpent. That's right. Yeah, there were two Acolytes. That's correct. But I feel like we made better choices than the Acolyte at that point. The serpent, and I remember saying it was a greedy pick. We were hoping for an Acolyte on the wheel. It did not happen. All right. We have our 40 card deck. We have 23 spells. We only got a wheel. Acolyte over the spinning wheel would have been better. Is that true? Maybe, probably. Hard to say though, because the Acolyte is easier to remove. The wheel it's removable, but it is harder to remove. But as a creature, it can block and attack. So those are the pros and cons. All right, if there are no other thoughts on this deck, let's give it a try. Excuse me. Right, I hear that. All right, let's see how we do. This is fine, I guess. We're on the draw. We have turn 2 action. We have turn 3 action. Yeah. So I guess you didn't hear me say before. Yeah, we ended up 7-0 by the time it was all said and done. Very sweet. Sometime over the next day or two, and one or two people have already requested. I will post a screenshot of the deck. I'll start with the swamp and a forest next turn. We shall see. If I draw as you say, we have adamant green and adamant black, so I'm not sure which one to. Oh, that's interesting. What do you think, skewer or soul? Lifelink. I'm okay with that. The skewer, then the bell. The thing is, does this or dying? The Bell equipped. Yeah, I was thinking of that actually. Let's try that. And if I want to really get greedy, I can add some counters to it. Of course, he'll simply put a trapped in the tower on it, and that will be the end of that. We have no swamps, so forest it is. So I could either kill one of these or play the bell. This costs 3. The bell cannot block either of these, at least not profitably. I'm going to go ahead with the bell and possibly Reef Soul on the next turn. Not so sure about that, but let's follow this line and see where it leads us. And his lifelink changes the math some. We do have 2, but only one of them is online. This is not online until we draw a black mana source. And we do have more forests than swamps. We do have more cards. I'm hoping that will count for something. Okay, so we could Ginger Brute. Yes. This is equip 3. He should have done it. He did it the wrong time. So he missed that on the vigilance. I could dump some mana onto him. And save the Reef Soul. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 and 5. So here are my choices. I could equip and play the Brute. I could Reef Soul and play the Brute and attack. I'm going to dump mana. I'm going to dump this. In other circumstances, I might have waited for some more comments, but I don't have a whole lot of time, so... And again, I can still get rid of one of these creatures. But I am going to go down to 11, so I need to start doing something about these creatures. And let's see what he draws. I can Brute and Soul and recur it with both. Okay, well there's my bake, that's nice. So let's play the Brute. I'm just wondering. Okay. So how would I do this? Okay, if I were by myself, I would do some removal at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more land to play him. Alright. So... yeah. Okay, and now I am definitely going to attack because I have no way of blocking those guys anyway. Equip. I forgot about the equipping. Yeah, you're right. So let's just attack. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about my. Yeah, you're right. Interesting. Everybody dies. Okay, not terrible. And I can get them back if I want to. And I can do. He's gonna play 7/7, which I can make. Yeah, I'm fine with all that. Alright, let's bake and attack. And play our trail. I don't know if I'd call it fair, Misaki. It's fair for me. I don't know. I don't think it's very fair for him. Alright, if he has nothing, he loses on the next turn. That'll help him. So let's equip. He has to block. That'll give me more foods. Get back the Reef Soul and win. Yeah, thank you. Of course. Choose one. Oh, okay, so Reef Soul and... Actually, I like bacon to a pie also. Okay, and he sees it. Okay, that was fun. Okay, nice. Let's go on to game 2 with my video feed free stream here. Okay. Well, that's why you guys are here, to spoil me, right? You can't see me smiling. I go first. I have a couple of 2-drops. One more land, and things start to really happen. I think this is a keep. There you go. Well said, Misaki. I think this is a keep. Right. One more land, though, and it would be fine. And I do have 2-drops. I think we have to trust the deck. I need one of the top 2 cards to be a land. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I'm hoping it's a tongue-in-cheek remark. I don't think it matters. Ginger Brute, yay. Okay, I need the next one to be a land. I think the rider has to come out so we can crack back, if possible. And if need be, we can pump the rider. 2 brutes. Well, that's brutal. Not good. I could just pass and keep this up as a trick. I think I'd rather attack and play the skewer. I was thinking of adamant, but there's no apparent adamant that we can see, if you know what I mean. Okay, that's nice. Tempting Witch, which would be an okay blocker. Alternately, I could keep up the Carver as a trick. I think I like keeping up the Carver as a trick. Alternately, I could play this, take some more damage, and try to set up the Paladin. Lots of choices here. I think I like the wheel. It gets +2/+2, 5/3. Too bad I don't have one more. Yeah, I'm gonna keep up the Carver. Because if he has mono red, which he doesn't, I was about to say if he has a mono red aggro deck, then I need to stem the bleeding. Alright, so yes, I am going to block the red cap, and I'll do the Carver, and here's hoping he has no tricks. And he does. Okay, trick for trick. I am going to put out a... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4... Damn. Now I'm going to put out the Witch as a blocker. This is a 3/2. What is this guy's name? Ituki? What nationality might that be? Good heavens, all these ginger brutes. I'm gonna put out a wheel and a ginger brute, I think. That way I can at least block one of these guys unless he does something about it. I don't think European. I suspect you are correct. Another land would be nice to get out our... A farce would be the best. In the absence of that, I'll play a ginger brute and a bell and... Hawaiian? Oh, okay. Yeah, could be. Well, no matter how you spell it, we say it Hawaiian. Right. What is he thinking? What are you thinking about? You can give both of your ginger brutes unblockable and then trade one for one. Counting lethal? Oh, thanks a lot. Well, he could be. I am going to block. It doesn't matter which one. And let's see what he's got. He has his own palette. Oh, wrong color. How annoying. Well, I could play... Let's see. I could play a bell and a ginger brute and double block. No, I like the bell. Oh, okay, so the witch can't block at all. Is that true? He'd have had the insatiable... Maybe. Alright, I need to make this happen. I would 4 for 4, it's fine. Let's match Paladin for Paladin. I would really have preferred to get the counter on him. You'll notice we have not seen our Serpent yet. On the other hand, couldn't cast him now anyway, of course. Well, at the very least, he can ping me for one more if he wants. What is he waiting for? Maybe he's still counting lethal. Well, I actually have more timeouts now than he does. Go figure. Is he going to time out on his turn? I guess so. I guess I could attack, actually. I think I'd rather not. I think I would rather play a Lost Legion to scry for some good stuff. Yeah. I hear what you're saying there, Misaki. Alright, so... Trail of Crumbs, maybe. Forest, maybe. Ugh, I'm not crazy about either of these. What have I got? I think Trail of Crumbs. That way I can gain some life. Right. I am liking the Trail of Crumbs. Do I want to keep the forest here? I do have other stuff. No, I'm going to scry it to the bottom. Because the trail is going to help me to... Yeah. Sack the... Fine. Oh. I see what you're saying. Let's play our Ginger Brute. And we're done. Do I have any good attacks? I guess I could send him in, but he'll just take it, and then I can't block, and the answer is no. Next turn I can play the trail and then either sack and draw something or play the bell. I kind of like the bell a little bit better. Well, that's not nice. And then he's going to sack it. All right. Interesting. All right. I'm sure he's got a trick, but I don't really see that I have a lot of choice here. Ember Cleave. Yeah, that would really ruin my day. I couldn't tell which one is mine. Oh, I'm blocking my own brute. Okay. All right. Okay, that was a strange turn on both ends, I think. He's getting rid of my spinning wheel. That's a good call for him. And now we can play it. Alright, I need to do something with this paladin. I think it has to be... Oh. No, I think I need to actually equip the witch. Yeah. On the Legion, he becomes a 4/4/4. Yes, thank you for your sarcasm. Listen, he has no cards in hand. If we can keep things under control, then it's not so terrible. Which one is? No, there's the forest we're looking for. Does he have any? Oh yes, he has this guy. Oh, that's annoying. So in that, if that's the case, I think we need to bring out one of these guys. So it has to be both of these. If we have time to stabilize. That is the question. Sure. Yeah, I think so. If he attacks with both of these, this one will get menace. I would have to double block. He'll get in for at least one with his ginger brute. All right, let's see. And this is just a 2-1 nothing. Oh. Okay. Okay. So that's lethal coming at me, so obviously I have to block. I could just take 4. From the paladin, or I could get rid of, oh boy. I have to decide quickly. Legion on the errant, that's exactly what I was thinking. No, I can't, because the witch cannot block the paladin. So I think that has to be it. I was just afraid of a trick that would really blow me out there. Well, there's our island. Let's see, he costs 4, so I'll need 1 more land in order to cash in a food. I couldn't block the paladin with the bell because the errant gave the paladin menace. So we are going to pass the turn. We do not have enough mana to do this thing, but we are going to probably do some life gain anyway. I am not splashing Oko. That would be cool, though. I would be willing to trade 1 of my life to know what he's got in his hand. Well, I guess I'm about to find out. Oh no, that was for the ginger brute. Shock. Indeed. What do you think? Triple block the paladin? Because if he has a barrage, that would be pretty bad. Interesting, he selected the bell. That's actually not a bad choice for him. Okay, let's cash in some food. Ooh, how about that? Let's see, 1, 2, still no good attack here. What is love? It's an interesting comment, but yeah, I'm happy to see this this beast. Let's see, 1, 2. I could offer to trade for both. I feel like Lost Legion has to go in. Worst case scenario? Yeah. Any reason not to send in the Lost Legion? The one reason is he made top deck a haste guy. I've talked myself out of it. I have 5 right now. And I would really like to get rid of that guy. +3 in food, but this will, you know, to do all of them at once will cost 6 mana. And I am going to do another one. No. To cash in all of my food would cost 6 mana. Not what I wanted. I am going to send in the... One is one... Let's do it now and see. It brings it into my hand, right? Yeah. 1, 2, and we'll pay. I don't think it matters. I can play the swamp, so let's pay this. I think I want the paladin. Okay, let's go ahead and pay this. And let's go ahead and send in... Is it worth equipping this guy? Yeah. I'm going to send in the Legion. He's already equipped. 1, 2. I'm willing to trade my Lost Legion for both of his creatures if he blocks. And I'll get more food. That's fine with me. And I still cannot play the get the adamant on this paladin. That's annoying. Yeah, all good questions. I'm liking another draw at this point. The brute has done good work for him, that's for sure. I am going. Hey, Yellox, good to see you. My friend, how are you? We are going to do that. We're going to auto pay. The once in future would have been nice. That's okay. It gets us off the top of our deck, and bacon to a pie is fine. I'd say let's send in our two big guys. We can adamant him. Oh, this is great. Okay, so let's send in. Let's send in those two. Let's see what he does. Yalox, I apologize for the lack of video feed. More tech issues. Okay, let's add him into this guy. Black. I think, yeah, we're good. It's really true. We did well with our black-green food on Wednesday, and so far this is working out okay. Couple of questionable moves on my part, but that's why we're here, right? So again, the lack of video is still a thorn in my side, and I am hopeful that a complete computer and system reboot will clear any crud that may be causing the trouble. Okay, I feel like baking him and then attacking is crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, we have a serpent in the deck, so we haven't seen it yet. Doesn't much matter. All right, and now let's send in certainly him, certainly him, certainly him, him as well. Yeah, absolutely. Unless he has some instant removal. Okay, and at the end of his turn, we will do the Trail of Crumbs. That is true. We cannot sack the islands, but can he? Well, even if he pumps it insanely, I'm going to block because he can't gain any life. No. I'm not going to block. I don't see how he can deal me 12 damage. And we did it. was kind of touch and go there for a while, but here we are. Right. Okay, so decision time as usual. I must stop at 12:30. Do I have enough time? Is 25 minutes enough to squeeze in another game? If we have games like this, and I'm not so sure. Have a good time at work, Misaki, as always. No, I have 24 minutes. I have 24 minutes. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I'm wondering if our deck will actually be strengthened by taking out the Serpent. Making our mana base more reliable. Bringing in one of the cards that we were a little bit loath to cut. Interesting. This is a keep for sure. The question is, let's start with Swamp, I guess. Last game. I'm gonna. So my wife is wanting to know if I'm done. I'm informing her. Oh. Both of those, really? Let's go for the Marrow Leaf and see if we're lucky enough to get in an attack next turn. Swamp next would be nice. Forest is okay too for the out muscle. Alright, so let's do that. Let's send in a rider, see what he does. Both of our islands. Truly Magic is a weird game. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like keeping the forest and losing the swamp. Any thoughts on that? Or I could lose them both. If adamant were not a thing, I'd lose them both. I'm going to keep the forest, lose the swamp. And next turn we can play... Well, it depends on what the board looks like. Ooh, not good. Out muscle would be great right now. I would really like to have that third forest. I'm tempted to out muscle it now. Because this has the potential to really get out of hand. We could try a... Oh no, if we attack and he blocks, then that doesn't work at all. I'm going to play the Jousting Dummy and see what happens for one turn. If I draw another forest, that would be great. And he can give it +1/+1 if he wants. I feel like I have to block with the jousting dummy. It is indeed. Yeah, I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. Really hoping for that. Oh, too late. Okay. C'est la vie. Okay, at this point, I think we need to play a 4/4 paladin. Rats. Really need that other forest. Or I could just trade these two guys. Suggestions. I could either lose my rider to get rid of him, or I could bring out the paladin and hope to trade. Alternately play a witch and cash in a food. I'm going to do the paladin and hope for a farce so I can get some profitable outmuscle action later. That's true too. Good point, Yelox. And yeah, we don't have any good attacks. I'm glad we do not have 3 islands in this deck. Be funny if you drew the serpent next. Oh, that's bad. Let's see. If I don't block, I'll take 4, 5, 6. I'll go to 11. I'm gonna go to 11. Not what I needed. Okay, so let's play our witch. We'll gain a little bit of life if we need to. I can block his red cap if I need to also. And yeah. Let's see what we can do. Mig. Oh, he does have. Is there anything I can do with this? Not really. So same as before, I'll take 6. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't like doing that against a red deck, but he does. Yeah, that's bad. So so let's see. He said that's 12. So even with this, it's not going to be enough. I think that is game. So I'm going to take 8, 9, 10. Okay, it is enough. And I need something like right now. That wasn't it. Alright, so I have to outmuscle him right now. And we'll play our spinning wheel. Oh, really? That is game. Wow. Well, that was that. He did have a lot of removal there. Okay, I am going to cease and desist here. I will try to finish off this series later this weekend. Oh, wheel. I don't. Yeah, 5. Someday I'll have to figure out what to do with you. But well said, nevertheless. The only streamer that I'm following that I could rate that right now is either the Magic Channel or Star City Games. Hardly seems worth it, so I'm going to sign off. And people, please wish me luck on my tech issues. I hope that on Monday you'll be able to see my smiling face yet again. Thank you all. Yes, I got it. I got it. So have a great weekend. Stay safe. I look forward to seeing you all again. And I think that will be it. Take care, everybody.